As a Batman fan, I'm standing here today to let you guys know I saw Batman Hush, and I cannot believe that they butchered one of the best storylines of all time. Holy shit. Did I just let that out? I'm so sorry. So Batman Hush is the 13th overall film in the DCAU and the 35th overall film, and this film is directed by Justin Copeland. And this movie is a direct adaptation of the comic book Batman Hush. It's one of the greatest comic book stories of all time. Essentially, this movie revolves around Batman and Bruce Wayne when both of their lives being tragically broken apart by a mysterious villain named Hush. Bruce Wayne must find within himself by have help from a secret ally or an adversary to figure out who is Hush and figure out what kind of plan he has going on. And we have the movie Batman Hush, a romantic film. When you're having an established universe, it's really important to have continuity with your characters, and it also is really important to have continuity with some actors and actresses that perform the roles in other characters from other movies. Therefore, when whoever is watching the movie, the audience can definitely gravitate towards a character because they're familiarized with the voices that they're hearing. So definitely, Jason Momoa, he voices Batman, and Jerry O'Connor voices Superman. Also, Superman didn't really have a big role in this movie, but he made an appearance in this movie. Jason Momoa, he voices Batman in this movie, and he did a really good job voicing the character. And 40 other voice talents did a good job in their performances besides Rainn Wilson. That's just a personal nitpick with me. There are some good emotional scenes in this movie, and also the voice talents did a good job of showing good emotion when the scene demands the voice talent. They did a good job to have the voices blend with the characters, and you want to gravitate towards that. The animation and the fight action sequences was pretty good as well. It's pretty much practically the same animation you'll see in the other movies because you need it to be consistent anyway because it's a DCAU film and it's 13th movie in a separate DCAU story, so the animation is going to be consistent. And the fight sequences was actually pretty good, and I actually enjoyed myself in the fight sequences in the movie. There are a few characters that makes an appearance like Scarecrow, Poison Ivy. There's some new characters that makes an appearance in this movie that didn't make an appearance in the graphic novel. There are characters that made an appearance in the graphic novel that didn't make an appearance in this movie. So throughout the film, you just see Batman hanging out with Catwoman, fighting crime, and Batman showing his love face. It's quite cringy when you see it. So throughout the whole entire movie, we pretty much have a romantic film. Now, if you want just a romance between Batman and Catwoman, then definitely it's going to be the good film for you. But for me personally, I did like the fact that they kind of made this movie like a little bit of romance. We pretty much saw the weakness in him. We saw his vulnerability in this movie. The film does a good job of showing the audience his ticks and cues when it comes to that, and when it comes to like the small things. If he's blushing, it shows that, like he shows his antics he does. For me personally, the romance worked. Now for you, if you don't really care for the romance, Batman making in love with Catwoman, then this will be a turnoff for you. I'm going to be honest. The Hush villain in this movie was in the comic books. If those of you who have read the comic book storyline, if you're watching this video, round of applause. So pretty much Hush was the main villain in this movie, and he made an appearance in this movie a couple of times, but he made an appearance in the first act, and that's when the film focused on the romance between Batman and Catwoman. And then in the third act, Hush reappears, but then there is this like huge revealing twist with this character that outraged me, and it could outrage a few die-hard comic book fans who have read the graphic novel. Before I go deeper into that, I want to talk about a certain few nitpicks I have with this film. Now, these are not really like flaws that's like detriment to the film. Now, there are some characters that made an appearance in the graphic novel that made an appearance in this movie. Like, for example, Superman was being voiced by Jerry O'Connor. Like I said earlier in the video, he makes an appearance in this movie because he was in the graphic novel. Now, me personally, going into this movie, I knew Superman was going to be in this movie some shape or form. I just didn't know how. I felt like that some of the characters that they had was a little bit shoehorned in the movie. And there are some different characters that didn't make an appearance that kind of replace other characters that made an appearance in the graphic novel. Not everything had to be 100% comic book accurate, but you can have some twists and turns. As long as it's not too much of twists or turns, as long as you have like a few twists, like like a character has a different last name, okay, that's suitable. And when that big giant twist revealed itself, I completely lost my shit. I completely didn't give two fucks about this movie. I literally hated this movie to the core. It's like playing 16 blocks. You build up all them blocks, and then when you pull that block, everything falls down. That's exactly what happened. But outside of that reveal, this movie was decent. This movie has some good performances. The fight sequences are pretty good. The animation was consistent. The animation is pretty much the same as the other movies because it's in the same universe, because it makes sense. It had good moments from the graphic novel, but then it had a drastic change that kind of that basically butchered the graphic novel in front of my very own eyes. I'm going to give Batman Hush Batman ass. So have you seen Batman Hush? What do you think? Comment below and I'll see you guys in the next video. And if you like everything you see and you agree, subscribe to my channel and join me in the Batman family. I'll have more Batman-tastic reviews in the way. And then my next review will be Hobbs and Shaw. Cannot wait to review that. You have been warned. Till then, shh, hush.